Welcome back everybody, and thank you for joining me for another artsy video. I'm the Craft Monster, and today we're going to be working on Valentine's DIYs. So to start this DIY, we're first going to want to gather all of our supplies. So I went ahead and purchased some wooden frames, some multicolored wood beads, letters, our stretch lace or elastic rope. I also purchased multicolored pearls in the colors of pink. We have our twine, and then we're also going to need some wood glue and some acrylic paint in the color of your choice. So now that we have everything that we need, let's jump in. So let's take our wooden frames. We're going to start by painting this in the color of pink. Okay, so get your pink acrylic paint, and again, you can use whatever color you like. The thing I like about this craft is it's really easy for small children to do, and it's fun. Okay, so we're going to take our pink paint and we're going to put a nice even coat on this frame. Okay, as you can see, I switched to a sponge. And if you notice, I'm painting a very light coat of pink on top of this wood so that I can still see the wood grain through the paint. And so once we get this fully painted, we're going to just set it aside and allow it to dry. Okay, so now that this is dry, we're going to move on to the next step. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some vinyl printed words, and we're going to put them on the base of our frame. When you're doing this, you want to make sure, flip your frame over, and on the back of these particular frames, they have little holes, and in those holes this goes in there to help the frame stand up. So just make sure when you're doing this or adding words or anything to it that you're adding it in the right position. Okay, so this is the bottom, so I'm going to put this frame just like this, and I'm going to take my vinyl words, which I pre-printed with my Cricut, and I'm going to transfer them onto the frame. So now that we have our letters in place, I'll show you what that looks like, just like that. We're going to get on to the next step. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our twine and we're going to kind of just measure this to the size of the frame. We want to create like a little rope with beads on here. And so we're going to measure this to make sure that it has a little bit of a droop and that it can connect all the way to the back side of this frame. And once we have a piece that's pretty long enough, pretty good, we'll cut it. Okay, so let's cut it right here. And I'm going to take my colorful beads that I have here, and I selected some colors in the traditional Valentine's theme. So some white, some pink, and red. And we're going to string this rope, this twine, with these beads. It's a good idea to create a pattern so that it looks uniformed. So let's do that. All right. So now that we have our string of beads, just make sure they're pretty even so you have the same length on each side. And we're going to attach these with a staple gun. Okay, so attach the rope and then flip your frame on the other side. Okay. And you're going to take this with your staple gun Okay, and be careful with this. This is fully loaded and these staples come out quickly. And you're going to place it onto the back side of the frame and staple. Okay. And I would do that twice just to make sure it has a good hold. Perfect. And then do the same thing to the other side. But I like to turn it around just to make sure it is laying in the exact position I want. And same thing. Flip that over, and that's what that looks like. So now that we've finished our frame, the last step that we have to do is add our little wooden back to this frame. So you're going to take it and place it right into this hole. And to make that a little bit more permanent, you can always add some wood glue. So there we have it, our nice Valentine's frame. So to make this gift a little bit more nice or cute, I wanted to add a little bracelet to it. So we want our bracelet to match our frame. So what you're going to do is take your elastic band here, and you can make it a necklace, you can make it a bracelet, but I'm going to go with the bracelet. So we're going to cut it down to about wrist size. And the good thing about this is it's stretchy. So even if you cut it a little too small, it can fit on everyone's wrist because it'll stretch to size. So I'll use my wrist as a marker as to where to cut this. Okay, about yay big. And you're just going to take the same colored beads. You can also add some words to your bracelet or necklace. So I think I'm going to do Be Mine. So let's grab some letters. And we'll just start by adding them right on here. All right, and there we have it. A perfect matching bracelet to go with our picture frame. You can add a nice cute picture of a loved one or your family. Okay, so now that we've finished our more simplistic frame, again, this one is really good for kids to do. It's really simple and it's cute for them. But now we're going to actually work on a more sophisticated, more grown and mature picture frame. So let's get started. So we're going to again start with our blank frame. You just want to check on the back side to make sure that you have your picture frame in the right position. Okay, so I'm going to place it just like this. We're going to take our wood glue or Gorilla Glue. Okay, and what we're going to do is use this variation of pink and silver and white faux pearls. So let's open up these packages. We're just going to take a little bit of each color and kind of mix them together. Okay, so now that we have our pearls set aside, or our faux pearls set aside, we're going to take our wood glue, and in no real pattern, we're going to place these pearls in an assorted placement on here. So let's start with the outermost edges of this, and then we'll work our way in. Now this process is pretty tedious, and when you're placing your pearls, you want to make sure that the little hole that's inside of them is not showing. So you're going to place them on their side or in any position that allows the flat surface to sit at the top. And spread your glue around to make sure that you have a good coverage. So we'll do this throughout the entire frame. Okay, so now that we have all of our pearls in the correct place, the last step is we're going to add our little wooden piece to the back so that this can stand. So we'll do it just like this. And there you have that. These pearls will take a good 24 hours to fully set in place, so you still want to be really gentle with this. And to add to this, just like we did with our first frame, if you'd like to make matching bracelets, you can do so in the color variation that we have in our frame. So there we have it. Thanks for joining me for this Valentine's DIY. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check me out in my next video. See ya!